My best doesn't necessarily take away from your best. I heard this method once and it absolutely changed my life. You are a powerful being. If you want a certain kind of love to be in your life, you first have to produce it and give it away. When you're vibrating on the same kind of level that you want, the things that you want are gonna come to you. You cannot love somebody unless you love yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this thing that you have a very close friend, but actually you feel every single time you talk about your accomplishments, you feel like there is a bit of this negative energy that is channeled onto you. And it's not always something that is loud, sometimes it is just like the undertone, but it's there. Usually those people, when they are strangers, it's easier to just, back this energy off. But when they are close people to us, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they wish bad for us, but sometimes they do not understand the concept that my best doesn't necessarily take away from your best. When they do not understand that, of course they wish for them the most, the best. Like obviously we should prioritize ourselves. So if they feel as if you're stealing something from them, you're stealing these accomplishments from them, they can be threatened, they can feel bad, and they can even blame you for it. Therefore, they're gonna send you a lot of this negative energy. And you're gonna feel it, because obviously when you're on your spiritual journey, you feel lots and lots of vibes and energies that some people might send to you. Even if they do not realize, every single time we have interaction with the other person, we are sending them energy. It's not like when we focus, we're emitting the energy all the time. Whenever we feel some emotions, we emit this energy of this emotion. And I've always been a person that was very aware of that, because I felt the energies very easily. I've always been this person that could actually just feel the energy you're sending to me, even if you do not realize that you're having this energy right now. I've been also talking about this to my sister. We both realized that we actually understand each other because we both have the same thing. When you feel this energy and you're with the people that are not on their spiritual journey, you sound crazy, because it's like, I feel you're sending me the negative energy, and a person that does not know what the fuck you're talking about is like, they can turn it up on you and turn it around on to the point that you're feeling as if you did something bad, especially when you're with the people that basically manipulate you. I've always been very conscious and very hesitant onto talking about feeling your energy. But when you're on your spiritual journey and you find the people that actually are very alike to you and that share the same experiences and actually share the same goals and accomplishments, it's like, I don't know, you're kind of opening yourself up. So I started talking about it more, and I found out that actually we all, maybe not all, but most of us can feel this energy, but we kind of suppress it usually unless we start being conscious about it. So every single interaction with the other person is sending out the energy, and we all can feel it. So sometimes when the other person is not even aware, they are sending the negative energy when there's a part of them that basically think negatively about the subject or about the person. It's easier when the other person is a stranger, like I said before, but when they're, for example, even a family member, the whole subject gets complicated a lot, because you cannot just cut them off. You cannot just distance yourself as much as you would want to. So what do you do in this situation? Because obviously the negative energy is being channeled onto us. So if we do not protect ourselves or maybe transmit this energy into something else, we are just being attacked by the negative energy, and it can basically damage us into some point. I heard this method once and it absolutely changed my life. So basically what you do is, every single time you feel this negative energy being channeled onto you, you get the energy, because the energy is like a fluid, it's like water. If you poison it, it's poisonous. But if you get some goods inside of it, like some herbal teas, make out of it, it's not poisonous anymore, it's actually being healthy for you. So unless we're actually drink the energy itself, we're being poisoned. But if we transmit it, if we change it, if we take the poison out and put some goods into it, we are being healed. So when you get the energy, the negative poisonous energy that is being channeled onto you, you do not drink it, but instead you are consciously thinking of it as, right now, I'm transmitting this energy onto something good, onto something healing. Try to do it into the subject that the energy is being channeled off. So sometimes if I feel that the person is very envious about, let's say, about my grades, about my like work or university, something like that, I'm gonna think about this energy. When I feel this energy, oh, right now I'm channeling this energy into something positive, into good grades, into a raise, into a scholarship, into something like that, into lots and lots of goods in the area that the negative energy was being sent to. And actually it is very hard to explain, because when I'm trying to explain about the spiritual stuff, about the, sending the energy, getting the energy, it all sounds very simple, because in words it is very, very simple. It is very simple to say, oh, think about this, feel like that. It takes a hell lot of inner work to actually do the things. And it takes longer than you think, because if there is a part of us that is still being scared, that is still like, ooh, holding on, like, what is going on? I do not want, oh, what if it doesn't work out? You just have to detach, just get out of your head, feel into your spirit, because you are a powerful being. You are literally much, much more than just a human. You are a spirit in a human's body. You are not a body that has a spirit. You are a spirit that has a body. So if we are a spirit, we are this magical being, we can do things like that. So get the hell out of your head and just transmit this energy that is being sent, this negative energy, this poisonous energy, and just focus onto the healing. Focus onto, oh, right now I'm gonna get so much, like, I'm gonna get so much goodness into my life, because this energy that I got, this water that just, flew into my life, now I took the poison out and I put some healing inside of it, and now I can drink it. And this is not the end. The best part is, not only do I drink it, but I wish to the person that have sent it to get the same. When we are holding even a tiniest bit of a grudge, it is poisoning us from the inside, because it doesn't always work like, oh no, I do not hold a grudge. You are consciously not being aware that you do hold a grudge, because sometimes, even though you're thinking, oh no, I moved past the subject, well, if you do not want to send the good energy to the other person, to heal them also, you are still holding the grudge. So you must kind of force yourself into letting go. And oh, trust me, it's so much harder than you realize, because I have met some pretty nasty people. Also, I've been a nanny. I have been working also with this one housekeeper. She was not my boss. She was like basically a housekeeper. The mother was not the same person. So basically, I felt from the start that she was channeling lots and lots of negative energy onto me, but I was just like making a blockade out of it, because of course you do not need to make a goodness out of it. You can just like choose not to drink the water, choose not to bring this energy into your life. You're just like being neutral about the subject. So I was just blocking everything, because actually that was before I found out about the method. So I was just like, mentally, I'm in a bowl, I'm in a glass, I'm in a vessel, okay? Like nothing can penetrate my vessel. So I was speaking into my mind like all the time, like whatever she thinks of me, whatever she's sending me, it does not get to me. So I was being very conscious about the fact that she basically doesn't like me. Not only doesn't like me, she wishes for my downfall, which is like, this is not a nice thing when you work with a person actually like all the time. It's very hard not to feel this energy, okay, and not to have any interactions. I couldn't just distance this person out, so I was just blocking this negative energy. There was this one interaction before I said, okay, no, I do not want this job anymore, because this housekeeper started basically talking shit about me to my face, and she started screaming at me, and she started swearing at me, and accusing me of ridiculous stuff. And I do not want to bring this subject up, because I do not want to feel this negative energy towards her. I already, closed the subject, but it was just ridiculous, the whole situation. And the mother said nothing, basically, like my boss said nothing. She didn't defend me or anything. I was like, well, I do not want to be in a household that I'm not being respected. So I put on my resignation the same day, but basically I've been crying the whole way home, because she's been saying such a cruel stuff towards me. I thought, where could I still heal? Who I still haven't forgave? The first person that came to my mind was the housekeeper, and basically I was thinking like, of course she doesn't deserve from me any goods, but actually she does, because I am a source of love. I am a source of light. And since she had so like lots and lots of hatred in her heart, maybe if I said it to her, it's gonna heal her. You're being ahead of yourself on your spiritual journey when you realize that you not only want the best for yourself, you want the best for others. And I took this negative energy, took the poison out of the water, and I pulled some, herbal teas. I made some herbal tea, and I drink the tea, and I also let the tea out to this person that sent it to me. And I cried during the process, and it was so emotional because it is very hard to forgive. It is hard to forgive, but let me just tell you, it is even worse for you, of course, to hold the grudge for so long, because let me tell you, this person already has the hatred for the thing that they did to you, for the bad thing, for how they treated you. They already did the bad thing. So they're already being like eaten up from this negativity. If you're channeling even more negativity towards this person, not only does it like bring them down even more, and they can even hurt others with it, you also first have to produce this negativity to next send it. And I always say it, like, it actually does nothing for the other person, no good. And you get nothing from hating this person. You get literally nothing from it. Only poisoning yourself with the hater that you just produced. Because you first have to produce that negative energy to next send it. And the same amount that you're sending stays into your body, stays into your spirit. Because it always is like that. So unless you quit the poisoning, you're always gonna be poisoned yourself from the hater that you're putting out. Lots and lots of even religious people do not actually comprehend this fact that is very important. So there is this thing that Jesus said. I have troubles translating it in English, so I'm sorry if I, mispronounce it. The most important law is the law of love. So you have to love the God with all your spirit, with all your mind and all of your heart. And you have to love the other person as much as you love yourself. So the things that you do not want to do to yourself, don't do them to the other person. The things that you would want from the other person, do it for them. And I also have another example to this. Even though I love myself so much, I know that I am not always in right, even though I have the explanation towards my actions, towards why I want to do this, why I do not want to do this. I am now at my house, like in Poland, and I miss this place so much. So basically I came here on Wednesday very early morning, and I actually slept like 3 or 4 hours during that night. And my sister came on Wednesday late night, like around midnight. And I woke up, like I said, after like 3 hours of sleep, which was like, I was exhausted, but I was super excited. I was going on adrenaline because I haven't seen those people that I love so much for months, for like literally 4 months. And like I said, I was home before she was. We were talking on the phone. I was like, I'm already at our house. I'm super excited. And she was like, yeah, so tonight I'm actually like coming back on like around midnight. And I was like, oh, so late? Oh, honey, would it be okay if I was just waiting at home for you? And she was like, Ola, are you serious? We are not living in the city. We're living on the like countryside that is like 30 something minutes one way, to the city. I was like, Julia, I slept 3 or 4 hours today. And she was like, okay, never mind. And I knew that she was hurt, and I knew that she would appreciate me going there, obviously. But I was just like, I was so exhausted, and I was like, why can't you just understand me? Like, literally just understand me. My sister has a big standards for love. She does a lot of things for the people that she loves. And I know that she does those things for me. She actually went to another city, not to the city that we're living close to. She went to a city that is like 3 hours away from our house just to pick me up from the airport, directly. She wants, obviously, the things. And I was like, I love this girl with all my heart. Her and my mom are the closest people to me. I want my closest people to treat me in a certain way, to move the mountains for me. I need to do the same. And I was like, obviously, if it was like a decent hour, I wouldn't even think about it and go. And I was like, the hour doesn't matter, because actually, like, if he wanted to, he would. If you wanted to, you would. The hour doesn't matter. So I realized that even though, obviously, like, logically, I wouldn't have to go. I could just wait for her at home. I would, I have all of her presents from Italy. And it's like, I didn't have to go. But I was at fault. I would be at fault for not going if I claim that I want the best for her. If I claim that I want this love for her, but I'm not giving this love for her. Because I love her as much as I love me. I love her so much, and I want the best for her. And I would give her the last slices of pizza. I would give her the whole pizza, and that says a lot because I'm actually like a foodie. I would give her everything, so why wouldn't I give her everything? And I think like another thing that I want to say here is like sometimes even though we want to feel validated, we want to be, you know, tapped on the back and be like, you know, you did the right thing, or you didn't deserve that, or, you know, something like that, or like you're at right here, they're at wrong. Sometimes even though I didn't do anything wrong, I was at wrong, and it is okay to admit that. It is okay to realize that sometimes even though we have excuses, those are excuses. If you want the certain kind of love to be in your life, you first have to produce it and give it away. And then it's going to come back to you. Because unless we produce this kind of thing and give it away, we're not going to that easily attract this kind of love. And this is also something that was said on on one of the comments in my previous video. I do not agree with the whole comment. That's why I, you know, replied to it. You can check out the conversation. But there was said, if you do not give this certain, you know, treatment, why would you expect it? And I was like, yeah, I do agree with that, because you first have to give the energy that is going to come back to you. You always first give, and then it's coming back. You first have to produce this love, and it doesn't have to be the same way. It doesn't have to be on the same level. For example, like I can, you know, say the words of affection to my loved one, and I would expect like a physical touch. It doesn't have to be the same kind of thing, but it has to be the same kind of energy that is being put out to the world. And it also can be onto you. Like you can do those things for yourself. That is what I always talk about, like on the self-love guides. Like give the love that you want to yourself. Because when you're vibrating on the same kind of level that you want, the things that you want are gonna come to you. So I think it's like kind of logical, but it also happens to the other person. The more loving you are to the other person, the more love you're producing. And of course it takes a lot of self-love to love somebody, because you cannot love somebody unless you love yourself. So focus on the energy that is being passed on to you. Try to channel it. And try to focus onto the energy that is around you. Try to focus onto the energy that is being presented to you, but also that you present to the world. And manipulate it. The energy can be transferred. It doesn't always have to be good or bad. We can transfer it. We can change it a bit. We can move from the negative energy to the positive energy. It's always the energy. It's always the action. Try not to focus so much onto the other person's fault, but also on your doing. Like, did I do something that maybe is not being exactly what I want? Like maybe this person acted this way because I did something, and it's very, very hard to see your fault into something. And it doesn't always mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you are a bad person that did this and that. No, sometimes we are being lost. Sometimes we do not understand that the things that we're doing are bad, or that might hurt others. I know that my brother is always like the funny guy, and he always says lots and lots of comments that are supposed to be funny, but I am a very sensitive person, and when he is making fun of this exact same thing for the 10th time, I'm not only exhausted, I'm kind of hurt, because I'm like, do you honestly think of me this way? And I start to overthink of it, and it's not like he necessarily did something wrong, but I know that if he did this to his, like, you know, homies or stuff, they wouldn't get mad, they wouldn't feel bad or, you know, anything like that. But I know that I'm not this kind of person. I know that he's not a bad person. And maybe if I said to him like, oh, you did something bad, he would be like, oh, I did nothing wrong, like, why are you doing this? He can make fun of his friends, and his friends can make fun of him, but he doesn't has to make any comments towards me, like, or maybe not the 10 in a row when I'm exhausted or when I'm in my luteal phase, because this is like a suicide. I think I've said enough today, and thank you so much for listening to me. I feel like I'm bettering myself a hell lot more since I started this YouTube channel. So guys, you're literally upgrading me. Thank you so much. See you in my next ones. Bye!